Time and space pattern. Meet our team. Anggitan, Ernawati, Amalia Dian, Safora Nanda, and Dewi Septiana. Let's jump to the first slide.
Time. Time is one of the most central differences that spread cultures and cultural ways of doing things. Time culture in America. Time is very important for Americans. They very appreciated of time and have activity schedule, so they aren't to waste time for something unimportant for them. Promptness. Promptness is important in American business, academic, and social settings. People who keep appointments are considered dependable. If people are late to job interviews, appointments, or classes, they are often viewed as unreliable and irresponsible. In the business world, time is money, and companies may fine their executives for tardiness to business meetings. Of course, it is not always possible to be punctual. Respecting deadlines is also important in academic and professional circles. It is expected that deadlines for class assignments or business reports will be met. Social and business etiquette also provides rules for late arrivals. Calling on the telephone if one is going to be more than a few minutes late for scheduled appointments is considered polite and is often expected.
This is number 2 of time culture in America. It is making time schedule. Generally, Americans are taught to do one thing at a time and may be uncomfortable when an activity is interrupted. In business, the careful schedule of time and the separation of activities are common practice. To accommodate other people's schedules, Americans make business plans and social engagements several days or weeks in advance. And number 3 of time culture in America is social life. The idea that there is a time and place where everything extends to American social life. Visitors who drop by without prior notice may interrupt their host's personal time. Thus, calling friends on the telephone before visiting them is generally preferred to visitors dropping by. And the last one of time culture in America is time orientation. A further orientation encompassing a preference for change is characteristic of American culture. The society encourages people to look to the future rather than to the past. Technological, social, and artistic trends change rapidly and affect people's lifestyles and their relationships. Given this inclination toward change, it is not surprising that tradition plays a limited role in American culture. Those who try to uphold traditional patterns of living or thought may be seen as rigid or old-fashioned. In a society where change is so rapid, it is not uncommon for every generation to experience a generation gap. Sometimes parents struggle to understand the values of their children. Some Americans believe that the benefits of the further orientation are achievement and progress, which enable them to have a high standard of living.
Time culture in Indonesia. Rubber time or jam karet. Jam karet describes the Indonesian approach to time. Time in Indonesia is approached in a very relaxed and flexible manner. Indonesians do not rush through business negotiation and often do not take the time to plan everything in great detail. Punctuality is not always observed as Indonesians do not like to feel hurried and do not share the Western sense of urgency. The Indonesian attitude towards time is reflected in that time does not bring money, good relation and harmony too. Time orientation. The Indonesian culture is generally past-oriented. For instance, while most Indonesians have a keen perception of time, it is often focused on the past and includes an interest in heirlooms and a regard for ceremonies, rituals, history, and pedigrees. Indonesian culture demands that time be invested in building relationships, considering ideas, and preparing to act. The concept is that these important actions should not be rushed and that time is required to ensure that everything is done correctly. If that means that a deadline is missed or an order is late, everyone should understand that this was just the amount of time that it took.
Space pattern. Time gets translated into space, while geographical space gets translated into social space, which in turn defines interpersonal relations. Space pattern in America. First, architectural. In most American homes, the layout of rooms reveals the separateness and labeling of space according to function, such as bedroom, living room, dining room, playroom, and so on. Second, privacy and the use of space. People in the United States tend to achieve privacy by physically separating themselves from others. The expressions "good fences make good neighbors" indicates a preference for privacy from neighbors' homes. If a family can afford it, each child has his or her own bedroom. When privacy is needed, family members may lock their bedroom doors. Young American children learn the rule, "knock before you enter," which teaches them to respect others' privacy. Parents, too, often follow his rule prior to entering their children's room. When a bedroom door is closed, it may be a sign to others saying, "I need privacy," "I'm angry," or "Do not disturb, I'm busy." For Americans, the physical division of space and the use of architectural features permit a sense of privacy.
Space pattern in Indonesia. Relations. When it comes to business relations, it is important to use a more personal approach. For example, inviting business partners or colleagues to have dinner is a sensible thing to do as Indonesians need to see you in person in order to maintain a good relationship. Architectural. The architecture of Indonesia reflects the diversity of cultural, historical, and geographic influences that have shaped Indonesia as a whole. Invaders, colonizers, missionaries, merchants, and traders brought cultural changes that had a profound effect on building styles and techniques. Ethnic groups in Indonesia are often associated with their own distinctive form of rumah adat. The houses are at the center of a web of customs, social relations, traditional laws, taboos, myths, and religions that bind the villagers together.